This training session is on values. A little bit of a different one. How's that going to help me, Bill, Alex? Mindset is a key thing, and understanding what your top values that you operate on, what others operate on, allows you to identify in clients, candidates, what their values are and how you can better sell to them, proposition to them. And here's the discussion. First session is all going to be about values and your top 3 values. The reason why I'm training this is A, it's good for you to know your own values and what you actually separate. Look, these are the top 3 things that I won't shift on. But also we can use this as help us, because if we understand our own values, we can also begin to understand others' values, and therefore selling to those individuals based on their values. Is it, well, we're not going to do this based on this, or I'm not going to do this based on that. Okay, so I'm going to give you my top, well, I hadn't thought about this last night. I'm going to give you my top 3 values. Always be the hardest worker, invest in yourself, and do the right thing always will be my top 3 personal values. So what I want you to think about is, what are your top 3 values for you personally that you will never, I will not compromise on these 3 elements. It might be that you have different values inside and outside of work. That's fine. If you want to share your inside, outside of work ones, whichever one you wish. Let's focus on the workplace, because that's, if we want to understand our own workplace, to understand our prospects and our clients' workplace, then we've got to get into that. So I want you to think about, what are your 3 values? Now, if we think about values, we've got values all around the business, healthy competition, mindset, no dickhead policy, in essence, be humble, top performance, etc. going around the business. What are your 3 non-negotiables for yourself? You'll have 10, 15, 20 of these, but what are the 3 things for you that are absolutely your top 3 values? One of them, you might hate being late, and you're never late to anything, ever. Okay? One of it might be that you have to jot down every note about everything. My value is to make sure that I record the information and always have that. I'm just giving you different ideas here of what could be your top 3 values. Okay? And I'll give you guys time to think about this, but while you're thinking about that, think about what other people's top values could be. Think about when you're speaking with a prospect, or you could just read Helena's, that's not worse for you, Bradley. Think about when you're speaking to a prospect, what are they communicating with you? What are their barriers? What are they putting up as blockers that may be one of their values within themselves and potentially within their organisation? But if, for example, if you've got somebody who's been significantly in back, you can have negative and positive values. So if someone who's made a ton of mistakes in the business, who's got loads and loads of things wrong, and they've hired the wrong people, they've fired people poorly, they've had HR issues, they're a leader manager in the business, one of their values might be, fucking keep my head below water, just above water, I don't want any issues, I don't want any problems, I stay out of it, I'm not making anything to upset the apple cart. And that could be the person of, oh no, I'm not going to the boss and suggesting a retainer, I'm not doing anything else. And that could be one of their ways and their MO of how they operate is, one of my values is, I do not make a show of myself anymore. I do things right, I stay in the shadows, and nothing. So it can be both a positive but also a negative value. If we think about someone, which is nobody around this table, including me, but someone who only eats clean food, who's only eats healthy food, Sean's like, yeah, that's me, every day, right? Their thing is, one of my values is, I put health above everything, right? Above a good time. Floyd Mayweather is a really good example. Floyd Mayweather used to go out on a night out. He was out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, but he'd drink soda water and he'd run home. Right? He wouldn't drink because his value was health, wellness, sport, achievement above everything. Okay? So that's the kind of level of value you're looking at. And if you can understand that within your prospect of what potentially their values are, difficult on the first call, but they can give you some indications, then you're going to be sat there going, right, I understand that this person it's all about high performance. It's all about, they're really proud as a manager, and one of their values is to be the best manager they possibly can. So to get the best possible people into their business, into his business or her business, is going to be incredibly important, and it's identifying those areas, right? But if you take nothing away and not understanding what your prospect is, but understanding what your non-negotiables are and what you see within yourself as like, this is who I am at work and this is how, these are my values, because that in essence represents who you are, is a really important tool just to know.